Yesterday, beta, we did this savings function. If you remember, Sri Prasanna Blessy, right, beta? We did what savings function? Savings function curve. What is the position, student? First, it lies below the x-axis. It represents what? Come on, negative savings. Then it shows zero, and then it shows what? Come on, positive savings. Right now, this is clear. Come on. Next concept that we have to study is propensity to consume. Kindly pay attention. So there may be some particular numericals based on this propensity to consume. Please pay attention. Good morning, 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 beta, morning. Good morning. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's start. So the next concept we have to study today is propensity to consume. Pay attention. Let's start. Priyadarshini, all well? Huh? Chalo beta, pay attention. Propensity to consume actually means students' tendency to consume, right? When I say tendency to consume, I'll give you a small case, students, pay attention. You know, there are some people we know, they are spendthrifts. Spendthrifts, matlab you understand, na? They earn 1 rupee, they spend 2 rupees. Spendthrifts. And there are some who are misers, Marwadi. They'll earn 1 rupee and they'll spend 1 paisa. So tendency to consume is propensity to consume. How much money that you spend on consumption. One would wonder why we are studying this, beta, because I said yesterday, na, uncle says when income increases, your consumption does not increases in the same proportion. So that's not uniform throughout for everyone. Some people have a higher propensity, some people have a lesser propensity to consume. Think of it, I said some people are spendthrifts, some people are misers. So beta, when I say propensity to consume, there are 4 concepts that we need to know. Very easy, pay attention. First is average propensity to consume. Pay attention. What is average propensity to consume, students? Out of the income that you earn, how much you spend will show your average propensity to consume. I repeat, beta, I said I earn income for consumption. That is the thinking of most of the people. So you would earn income for the purpose of consumption. So how much part of your income you're spending on consumption determines your average propensity to consume. So beta, the formula for APC will be C upon Y. Pay attention please. APC will be C upon Y. C is consumption, Y is income. Look at the other side of it. That part of the income which you have used for consumption is APC. That part of the income which you have not spent on consumption is what you have saved. So bacha, that becomes your APS. An APS formula would be S upon Y. Please be very clear. APC is C upon Y, APS is S upon Y. And another thing you need to know is APC plus APS is equal to 1. So in case I come to know that the APC is 0.4, so it's implied that APS is 0.6. Right, Blessy? Take one small case. If a person's income is rupees 100, out of that his consumption is 90. So that is implied, na, his savings is 10. So if this information is given, I've been asked to find APC, then I'll write like this, na, APC is equal to C upon Y. That is nothing else but 90 upon 100. That is equal to 0.9. Come on now. APS is equal to S upon Y. That is equal to what? 10 upon 100. That is equal to zero point 0.1. So I did tell you, bacha, this is 0.9, this is 0.1. The total has to be 1. So APC plus APS will give you 1. Clear hai? Any doubts over here? Let's go ahead. Next thing that we have to study, students, is what do you mean by marginal propensity to consume and marginal propensity to save? Very easy. Average was what? From your income, how much you're spending on consumption. Marginal is, students, when your income increases, how much of the increased income you're spending on consumption. So with the increase in income, your consumption increases. How much your consumption increases with the increase in income is MPC. Look here. MPC, I would say, is delta C upon delta Y. What is delta C? Come on, tell me. Change in consumption upon change in income. And come on, NPS will be what? Come on, delta S upon delta Y. Change in saving upon change in income. Let's continue with that particular illustration. Pay attention. I say income of the person is 100. From 100 rupees, his income becomes 110 rupees. The income becomes 110, consumption becomes 99. So beta, what will be your MPC delta C? What is the increase in consumption? 9. What is the increase in income? 10. So bacha, again this gives you the answer 0.9. What does the 0.9 signifies? Come on, tell me, Kavya. Of the income that you have earned, 90% of it you have used for consumption. And this bacha will be 1 upon 10. That is equal to 0.1. So beta, here MPC plus MPS will also be equal to 1. Any doubts over here? No doubts. I suppose it's clear. Any doubts, students? Come on, tell me fast. Understanding? I repeat, the rise in consumption that takes place due to rise in income is MPC. The rise in savings that takes place due to rise in income is MPS, marginal propensity to save. Now, one question I'll ask you. Please give me the answer. Let's see. Suppose I say in poor, backwards, underdeveloped countries of the world, MPC is dash. Option is high or low. Poor, backward, underdeveloped countries of the world, MPC is dash. Super, perfectly right. Poor, backward, underdeveloped countries of the world, beta, understand, people are poor. So whatever is the increase in income that they get, a major part of that they will use for consumption. So poor, backward, underdeveloped countries, MPC is high. Sri Prasanna, right, beta? Poor, underdeveloped countries. The idea is this, beta, most of our wants are not satisfied. So if we get income, what will we do with that income? We'll spend it on consumption. That means you need to understand, in rich countries of the world, MPS is high. Why, Kavya? Why MPS is high? Because most of the wants of the people are already satisfied. So in case these people get more money, what will they do? They'll save that particular money. The MPS is high in rich countries. In poor countries, MPC is high. Clear? Look here. See this concept, APC, MPC, APS and MPS. And this table is given, bacha. Please, we'll read this. Kindly pay attention. Average propensity to consume, marginal propensity to consume. Average propensity. What is APC? APC, so the formula is given consumption upon income. So I give you the formula, beta. C upon Y. MPC is delta C upon delta Y. Clear now? APS is what? Come on, tell me. S upon Y. And MPS is delta S upon delta Y. Now let's go ahead. Look at this table, students. Come on, all of you. Income is 0, consumption is 500. All of you, please pay attention. When income is 0, consumption is 500, students, APC, MPC, MPS, nothing is to be written. Reason your income only is 0. So the story will start from the second case. Now think of it. Income is 1000, consumption is 1250. So beta, kya bolenge? In APC is what? Come on, we studied now, C upon Y. So it's 1250 upon 1000. So 1250 upon 1000 is 1.25. Yes, Sri Prasanna, what is that answer, beta? 1.25. In case I have to prepare a column over here for APS, so I'll write that is minus 0.25. Agreed? Why minus 0.25? Because APC plus APS will always be equal to 1. Let's go ahead. 2000 you want, 2000 you spend. So C upon Y 1, so this is 1, this is 0. Right now, point is clear, beta. Now look here. Income is 3000, consumption is 2150. So 2150 divided by 3000. I get 0.92. If this is 0.92, student, this should become 0.08. Agreed? Vansh Doshi, समझ में आ रहा है बेटा? Understanding ना? चलो आगे देखो बेटा. 6000 में this becomes 5000. So 5000 upon 6000 gives you 0.83. So this has to be 0.17. Come on 10,000 you're spending 8,000. So beta, what you're spending 8,000, that is 0.8. This has to become 0.2. I hope it's clear till here, students. Next two columns, MPC and MPS. Very easy. Don't worry, beta. Please. आराम से पढ़ो, सब हो जाएगा, please. Now see MPC. Beta, what you're supposed to do? I said delta C upon delta Y. So your consumption was 500. From 500 it became 1250. All of you please have a look. 500 it became 1250. So the rise in consumption is 750. And the rise in income is 1000. So this will be 750 upon 1000. So 750 upon 1000 will give you 0.75. So Kavya, if both MPC plus MPS is equal to 1, and if both are equal to 1, this is 0.75. The balancing figure is 0.25. So MPS will become 0.25. Am I right? Yes. It goes like that. So 1250 said 2000. Come on, tell me. It's 750. This is 1000. 0.75, 0.25. Now please you all go through it fast. There is one correction to be made over here, but this has to be 2750, no? 2750. Make that correction. $20 to 2750, it's 750 divided by 1000. So 0.75, 0.25, right? Then come on. How much is it? 2750 say, how much it has gone up to 2250. And this has gone up by what? Come on, 3000. So 3000, 2250 upon 3000 will give you 0.75 and 0.25. Sri Prasanna, right beta? All of you please simultaneously keep on doing the calculation. 5000 to 8000, you can see the difference is 3000 and this difference is 5. So 3000 over 5000. Khatak. Any doubts? No doubts. Sure. I hope you're getting it. Please, if you want, take 2 minutes, students. Solve it. No, 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 no. Hey, MPC is not always constant, huh? Please. MPC will, beta, I'll tell you, MPC is supposed to decrease actually. Here in the illustration in the module, they are given like this. So the person who made the book wrote it like this. If I would have made Vacha, it would not have been constant. Abhi, I've been telling since yesterday, as income increases, your consumption does not increases as fast as increase in income. So I would have given students MPC keeps on reducing and MPS keeps on increasing. नहीं समझा बेटा? As my income increases na, after a point when most of my wants are satisfied, my consumption will not rise in that same proportion. My savings will rise. So actually, in real life, students, this 0.25 should become 0.35, 0.45, 0.55 like that. And this should have become less. But we had to give this why? Because in your module, this illustration was given. You got the point. Come on, man. It's so easy. Come on, this there, done, 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 done. Please read this MPC, NPS. Go through it fast. Read that note, students, all of you. Beta, that is what I said. Na? We made that table with the assumption that there is a constant relationship. But generally, there is never a constant relationship. You think, na, is it that your expenditure increases in the same proportion? Never. We tend to behave in the way we like, na? Not what is always right. What is always right, students? Your dad will say sleep by 10 o'clock in the evening. My God, 10 o'clock in the evening, impossible. That is right. But what we do is what we like. So if your dad says this is your pocket money, out of this you have to spend this much only, not possible. You may spend at times more, you may at times spend less. So better that changes. Here, that assumption was made. That is why we gave you the table according. Let's move ahead. Students, any doubts over here? Come on. Few things that you need to remember. Developed countries, MPC will be higher month. Beta, MPC is what? Your increase in consumption due to increase in income. Say a person is not able to satisfy all his wants, right? And what happens in, I'm talking of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, these are poor, backward countries of the world. Huh? So if most of the wants are not satisfied as my income increases, what will I do? I will spend it on consumption. Now. So major part of the income we spend it on consumption. Mind you, that is why I said, Bacha, we are studying NPS because there are some people in my country who try to students squeeze their wants and save money. So I said, no, there are some particular people, they are very misers. They don't spend money. Because of them, NPS becomes high. Reality, beta, it can be like this also. In rich countries, they tell the people to spend more. I was telling you yesterday, na? They tell the people to spend more. Why they tell the people to spend more? Because the velocity has to increase. My country, to beta, income only is very less. Imagine not even $3 trillion. I did not tell your batch, or I don't know which batch is such. Today morning, only students I was just reading. I think you should be knowing this. CA students, you know, US government is thinking of coming out with a 30% bailout package. So, bacha, 30% bailout package means what? Biden is telling what? If suppose the country's national income is $27 trillion, so 30% of that. There were some doubts, some discussions in that, and then they've agreed that $6 trillion they will come out with a bailout package and they'll issue new currency notes. Think, $6 trillion new currency notes they are ready to print. And Biden says we'll manage the show. Because $6 trillion if they are coming with in the country, and this is what their population will get. If they start saving, so that will be a big blunder. No? Idea is what? Spend the money. So I remember we wrote a letter to the lady, Madam Sitaraman Madam, and telling what? Ki, Madam ji, if India's national income is approximately $3 trillion, why don't you also print 30% of this particular and bring money in circulation in the country? Obviously, some people asked us, sir, how is it possible? So, beta, how is it possible means nothing is impossible in this world. Think, there are Marwadis, they have kept so much of gold inside their houses. Blocked, na? Money is blocked. There are so many people, they have kept money in the locker. There are so many Indian politicians, they have money in their Swiss bank account. That money is blocked. That money is not here only. So there is a proposal being given, sir, 30% you also print. 30% will be as much as $1 trillion more. Think na beta, last one night, more than 10, 12 days, my country's share market is running like anything. The Sensex is at an all-time high. Money is coming now. National product is not increasing. Money is coming. That's the magic. Had you invested in the share market, you also would have made money. I told you in my SM lectures. But then students, you all were very busy. I don't know, finding faults as such. Come. Inflation is high, beta, money is more. क्या डरता है मारवाड़ी पैसा है तो इन्फ्लेशन क्या फर्क पड़ता है If I have money to spend, then bacha, the prices are, it doesn't matter. I bought this, what is a laptop student for 55,000 rupees. Good. Yesterday I saw one particular new laptop that is touch screen. Something with a very good students, 78,000 rupees. I buy, why buy? Why not buy? Why should I live like that, bacha, keeping money in my bank account? Nonsense that is. So I tell my students to spend money, so I think I should myself first start. No? Let's be very clear, beta. Don't get me wrong. Earn more, spend more, increase the velocity, national income will increase. Come on. Now, some particular understanding. Okay, look here. The value of the increment to the consumer expenditure per unit of income is termed as MPS. ये तो पता है ना अपने को. Acha, one more thing, students, I'll just clarify over here. I used to say now, C is equal to A. Yaad hai A? What is A? Come on, tell me, Kavya. Autonomous consumption plus BY. What was B? Induced consumption. I said induced consumption depends upon your income. This BY student is nothing else but your MPC. Please remember that. B is your MPC, marginal propensity to consume. Okay, come on, APC. Come on, APC is what? Come on, just one. Hey, this you have understood now, beta. इसमें time पर waste नहीं करना है. चलो. Now, after this, na, we should now go to this part. This part we've done. Yes. Equilibrium level of national income in two-sector model. In two-sector model, bacha, this doesn't look like a two-sector model. Only the diagram is given, which is incomplete, and even student the explanation is not there. Never mind. I know this, students. I can explain you much better. Pay attention. All of you kindly listen properly. And I request you understand. I think JKS has given some material on this, students. I'll find out that. Otherwise, first we'll practice also. Now, beta. So let's go ahead, students. I'll start. Everyone will first listen, and then you'll draw the diagram, students, accordingly. First thing, listen properly. Now, pay attention. We are going to study something about student two-sector model. Two-sector, may come on, tell me fast, all of you pay attention. First sector is household. And second is supposed to be what? Come on, tell me, firm. Understand? Vansh, Kavya, chalo bachalo, dhyan se suno, please understand this. Huh? I think most of you are there. Are Shalini, first lecture today. Shalini, I've never seen you better in the class. Welcome back. In case you have come, Afra, कैसी है बेटा? पहले हंस थोड़ा, हाँ, इतना गुस्से में क्यों बैठी रहती है? Good, good. Ganesh Narayan, जय जय महाराष्ट्र. चलो सुनो ध्यान से बेटा. So when I say two-sector model, bacha, two-sector, when I say one is household and one is firm. Imagine we are all household. So bacha, what we will do, pay attention. I said yesterday, equilibrium is achieved at that point where aggregate demand becomes equal to aggregate supply. Look here, please pay attention. Equilibrium takes place when aggregate demand equals to aggregate supply. Now, beta, tell me fast. Aggregate supply. Remember that 45-degree angle I had drawn, students. I had said aggregate supply is nothing else but the national income. Come here, pay attention. National income, say, what will I do? What will you do? You'll spend some money on consumption. Agreed? That part of income which you have not spent on consumption, you will save. Second, now look here, aggregate demand. Aggregate demand is what, students? Who are we? We are demand. We'll demand goods for what purpose? Consumption. So formula will be C. Now that particular income which is not spent on consumption, we say save, save, save. S comes here now. What should we do with the savings? We should invest that particular amount of money. So aggregate demand formula becomes C plus I. Pay attention. So equilibrium will be achieved at that point where C plus I is equal to C plus S. Now beta, your C and C are common. So equilibrium will be achieved at that point where S is equal to I. What is S? Tell me once, Doshi. S is savings. I is investment. So my dear students, I'll start with the diagram. Please pay attention. Repeat fast. We are talking of two sector. Which two sector? Come on, tell me. Household and firm. Household and firm. Household gets income they use for consumption. The additional income which is not used for consumption, they keep on investing it. Now understand, national income is some part of money, bacha, we do what? Come on, consume. And the remaining we don't consume, we save. So please now, other understanding is, think properly, I earn income. So beta, when I earn income now, I'm supposed to spend that income. But I don't spend. Some amount of money I save. So please remember, savings will be considered as leakages from the flow of national income. Considered as what? Leakages. So what we are supposed to do, that leakage has to be taken care by, come on, tell me, injections. And what are these injections? Come on, tell me. Injections will be, bolo bolo sab bolo beta, injections will be investments. So another way of understanding is, students, equilibrium takes place when leakages is equal to injections. In other words, students, saving goes out. Please understand, saving goes out, and that saving which goes out has to come back in the economy. In my lecture yesterday, I think I was taking with you and I said, nah, if savings is more and investment is not there, then the country will face problem of unemployment. Yaad hai? So bacha, I said saving is 1 lakh, investment is 50,000. So bacha, 50,000 is idle, na? Idle to bacha, I'm very much against it. Every time, students, you have to be occupied. Till what time? Till the time you die. Keep on doing something, yeah, please. You know, God has given us this beautiful place to live, beautiful body, students. Use it. And never I feel, students, I should try to find faults in others. Many a times I know of people, students, they try to say, ye aisa, vaisa, re pagal, tu kaisa. In the sense, why the hell be you? You improve yourself here. It's as simple as that. Please. Two sector, tell me fast. Which two sector we're talking about? Household and firm. Aggregate demand, aggregate supply. Aggregate demand C plus I. Aggregate supply C plus S. C gets cancelled. So equilibrium will be when I is equal to S. S is leakage. I is injections. Tan, tan, tan. Both has to be equal as such. Agreed. Write the heading, students. Two sector model. Please note down this. There's a big diagram I'll have to do with you, students. I'll start. All of you kindly pay attention. Pay attention in the sense you'll have to draw this diagram, students. First, pay attention what I'm doing. It's a very big diagram. Don't start drawing now only. You'll get confused. Please, 5 minutes you can wait and listen and see. Don't start drawing immediately, but please, I'm requesting you. Pay attention. Here we write income, output, employment. Please remember three things: income, output, employment. Here I write aggregate demand, aggregate supply. Achha, here if I write employment, income and output, bacha, it means it is common for the x-axis over there also. Please understand this. Now, let's start, beta. All of you kindly pay attention. First thing we all need to understand one point is, students, when in the country employment is zero. Okay, tell me fast. When employment is zero, bolo bolo jaldi se, supply will be zero. Kavya, right now when employment is zero, supply is zero. Vansh, aage bolo. When employment increases, chalo bol beta jaldi se, supply will increase. And as employment keeps on increasing, supply will keep on increasing. So beta, from here, I draw a line. which forms a 45-degree angle from the x-axis. I used to say this line is an equity line when I would show that consumption function. Now I would call it by 2-3 names. Please understand better. First, this curve is aggregate supply. Employment is zero, supply is zero. As employment rises, supply keeps on rising. Now I'm not making that vertical line going upward, students. I hope by this time you have understood. What understood? But if I show it going upwards as such straight, that means that corresponds to the full level of employment. Second thing, remember this, I've said this 3 times before last lecture. Aggregate supply is the total supply of goods and services. Second beta, if I say total supply of goods and services, then the total value of this goods and services is what? Total value of this goods and services, nothing else but the country's national income. So this will be called as national income. Second, why do I use the income? I use the income for the purpose of what? Come on, consumption and savings. So I write over here C plus S. Come on, this is clear. This has to be clear. Shri Prasanna, bacha, any doubts? Huh? You're looking confused, nahi na beta? So consumption plus savings. Now let's start. Tan, tan. See now what will happen, students. Now tell me, all of you, fast beta. When income is zero, once consumption is zero, can consumption be zero? Consumption can never be zero. So beta, if you are earning no income, still you'll be spending money on consumption. So I get this curve, CC curve, consumption curve. Anyone who has not followed it, beta, I'm sorry, you should follow this as such. It tells you 2 things. Income is zero, consumption is OC. Then as income increases, consumption is increasing. But as income increases, consumption increases in a lesser proportion. That is why the curve is a bit flatter. Curve is a bit flatter. Now wait, pay attention. This particular corresponds to, tell me, OY level of income. Agreed? So bacha, from here I'll draw that savings curve. Kindly look here, pay attention students. Savings curve will be like this. Dun, dun, dun. Savings curve. I hope till here it is clear, students. No problems. Right now, Kavya, bol beta, samajh mein aaya na, pakka. Till here, bacha, it is time pass. It's very easy. This I say is point G. So aggregate demand and aggregate supply both intersect each other at point G. Aggregate demand, C is aggregate demand curve, beta. Please now, why? C plus I plus G bola na beta. Come on, yaar, tell na fast. Come on, this is G corresponding to Y1 level of income. So you will say before Y1 level of income, tell me what happens. What happens, students? Saving is negative, then savings becomes positive. Till here, I hope it's clear. Now let's go ahead. Beta, understanding should be what? Yes, sir. The country has employment till a higher level. Imagine if I write here M. So there are so many people who can be employed, but I'm giving jobs to only OY1 level of people. Are bolo re, हाँ ना, I'm giving job only to OY1 level of people, so there is still unemployment. So now I tell Sri Prasanna, ke beta, see now what has happened now. You have come beyond this point. Beyond this point you have come, now you are not borrowing, now you are saving money. तो सोमेश्वरा वंशा क्या कर रहा है बच्चा, अभी पैसा सेव कर रहा है. तो पैसा सेव कर रहा है तो मारवाड़ी लोग पैसा लॉकर में मत रखो. सोमेश्वर, don't buy gold. Use that money for making investment. Tan tan. If I say use the money for making investment, then bacha, think properly. What will happen if you make investment in the country? Then I get a new curve over here. Tan, tan. This curve shows the level of investments. Wait, this corresponds to point E, Y0 level of income. Please pay attention. Now, this particular income, how do I get? Pay attention. How much investment was made? Pay attention. This was investment made now. When investments are made in the country, understand students, you buy shares, you buy debentures. So beta, what will happen when you buy shares, debentures, you give money to the bank, then brokers will get income. Then companies will make production. And when companies will make production, further job opportunities will be created, which will give income to the people. And because of this income, what will happen? Demand will increase. Dun, dun, dun. This I'll get a new curve. C plus I. Pay attention. Now C plus I, when I get student, it corresponds to E level, equilibrium point, and this is Y0. Please listen, students. Let's continue further. If imagine students, I have to say the equilibrium point over here, then you would say, understand, Shuna? AD curve, let us say this was AD and this is AD1. So the new curve is AD1, Kavya, AD1, intersecting aggregate supply at point T. That's the equilibrium level of what? Come on, tell me. Employment, national income. Why equilibrium? Because at that point aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. Yesterday I said aggregate demand should be equal to aggregate supply. That corresponds to OY0 level of income. First point, I repeat, equilibrium takes place when aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. First point of equilibrium was G, but then there was too much of unemployment. So we made investments. Mind you, investments may have shown it here like this. And by this particular gap, I make investments here. Right now, upar aa jata. Haan, chalo. So I say AD should be equal to AS. Now, bacha, imagine the new aggregate demand curve is C plus I. When I say C plus I, it is intersecting here at point T, corresponding to Y0 level of income. Now, what it tells, bacha, at this level of income, please understand, your savings has become positive to the extent of, look here, here I write, ZY0, pay attention. Your savings, see, this is saving covenant, it has become positive by ZY0. Your investments have also become what? ZY0. So, bacha, this point S is equal to I. S is equal to I and AD is equal to AS, corresponds to Y0 level of income. Now in the exam, bacha, if you draw this diagram, it will be considered as incomplete because you'll also have to show one more part. I'll show that. I know that very well. Pay attention. What if students I come to Y2 level of income? Suppose I write this is point F. Now think and tell me, please, all of you, and understand, beta, there's nothing to worry. Point E में aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. Mind you, point E में aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. That we can see. What happens at point G? Tell me. You could make out, students, your aggregate demand is more than aggregate supply. अरे ये मिट गया यार. Sorry. Oh, pay attention. At this particular point, students, which point? Point G. What you can see when we are corresponding to Y1 level of income, all of you pay attention. At this particular point, if I consider this as the equilibrium point, students, my aggregate demand is more than aggregate supply. I'll write here. Aggregate demand is greater than aggregate supply. In other words, students, consumers are buying more, sellers are not supplying more. So that cannot be the equilibrium point. Wait, come to this particular point F. Point F may what do you realize, students? Tell me. Aggregate supply is greater than aggregate demand. Think properly. How come? Aggregate demand, student, is C plus I. Come on. C plus I. So bacha, supply is more. That means sellers want to sell more. Buyers are not ready to buy. Tan, tan, tan. So we cannot have point F. We cannot have point G. So the proper equilibrium will be point E. Come on, why point E? Because at point E, tell me, aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. That means, come on fast, tell me, C plus I is equal to C plus S. That means I is equal to S. That is why this is the equilibrium point. Wait, kuch nahi hai beta, time pass. It's just very easy. 100 times I must have drawn this. I don't want to confuse you all. Now look here properly. Pay attention. Once again, then you'll have to copy this everything up. Pay attention, students, all of you. Come on, let's start. Tell me 0 x-axis, 0 x-axis. Come on. Employment, income and output. Come on, aggregate demand, aggregate supply. Here, leakages and injections. Pay attention. Chalo fast, tell me. Tan tan. This is which curve? Somaya, Someshwara, jaldi bolo. Which is this curve? Aggregate supply curve. Any doubts? Sri Prasanna, why aggregate supply curve? Employment 0, supply 0. Employment is rising, supply is rising, keeps on rising. Time pass karne ka to bacha, I can do time pass as such. I can say this is OM level of employment, which is full employment. Right now, clear it is clear. चलो इसको आगे लेके जाते हैं. It is OM level of employment, full employment. Remember what Keynes said, student, yesterday I told you, no country can ever achieve full employment. Acha, employment will depend upon what? Intersection of aggregate demand and aggregate supply. How come? Aggregate supply में sellers are selling and aggregate demand में buyers are buying. Think now, beta, this is so common sense, yaar. If sellers are selling 100 and buyers are buying 40, then bacha, how equilibrium will be achieved? You know, I'm selling 100 and you're buying only 40. But if I'm selling 100, you're buying 40. That means supply is more, demand is less. Then I'll not produce more. Then there'll be unemployment in the country. Imagine you are buying 100, I'm selling only 40. That is also problematic. So then I'll have to produce more. Am I right? So bacha, equilibrium kabhi milega? When we get equilibrium? When demand is equal to supply. Aggregate. Let's start. Now come on, this is which curve? CC. Mind you, CC is your aggregate demand curve. Both meet where? Come on, here in Chennai. Chennai mein which place? Kodambakkam. Point G. Corresponds to what? Come on, tell me. Y1 level of income. Till here, any doubts? Come on, tell me. No doubts. Bacha, this if I extend it down. Tan, tan, here I'll get savings curve. This is the diagram for consumption function. Vansh, बराबर है बेटा? बोलता नहीं है. बराबर है बच्चा? काव्या, इतना गुस्से में क्यों देखती है बेटा? अंडरस्टैंड ना? थोड़ा हंसो, थोड़ा इतना टेंशन मत लो बेटा. I'm there ना? They paid me. You have to pass with good marks. Don't worry. अभी बच्चा यहाँ पे your saving is negative, your consumption is more than your income. Now, Someshwara, tell me what happens as your break-even point, you go beyond that particular point, then what happens? You have positive savings. So positive savings, what do you do? Come on, tell me, you make investments. So this positive saving and investment are both equal at this point. So from here, I draw a line which goes up over here, point E. And this corresponds to y0. So I draw a particular new curve, C plus I. This curve I say AD1, y0. Now, bacha, I said this is equilibrium. Why? Because at this point, tell me, Aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. Acha, what about this? Tell me. Chalo fast tell me G. G mein what do you find, students? Aggregate demand is greater than aggregate supply. Chalo Someshwara, what happens at this full level? Come on, here bacha. Aggregate supply. Done, 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 done. That means equilibrium will be at this level, students, where this I said Z, savings is equal to investments. Kadak, Kadak, bolo, ha. 33 chart. Acha, oh, good, good. Thank you, beta. Investment is horizontal. There may be a question they can ask you to confuse you. Please remember this investment when I'm talking of autonomous consumption. Beta, two types of investments. Sorry, two types of investments are there now. One is autonomous, one is induced. So Someshwara makes investment now. He'll make investment with an intention to make profit. Wants to only profit. Wants whatever now. But here the investment I'm talking is the investment made by the government without intention to make profit, but to provide, come on, what? Job opportunities to the people. When I say job opportunities to the people, students, this is autonomous investment. That is why it is horizontal. Clear? So I'll give you a small note, then you'll have to draw this diagram, students, because what they have given in that particular notes may not be very clear. Please note down. Two-sector model of national income determination. Right. The two sectors of an economy represents the household and the firms. First, equilibrium is achieved when the household plan coincides with the producer's plan. That is, household demand plan with the producer's supply plan. Right in the next slide. Next line में write बेटा. Aggregate supply represents the total value of goods and services produced. Total value of goods and services produced. The total value of which is national income. Full stop. This income will be used for consumption and savings. Right in the next line. Aggregate demand is the total demand for goods and services full stop. This demand may be by consumers. This demand may be for by consumers for consumer goods and producers for capital goods. Hey beta, understand na? Capital goods right over there bracket में students I. Capital goods is basically investments. Please remember that. Right in the next line. Equilibrium. Equilibrium, right like this, is when aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. So right below that, C plus I is equal to C plus S. Or I is equal to S. Khatak name. Draw the diagram now. You want this diagram or the previous one? I think this is compact, no? Please draw this diagram. This level of income, student, right? Y2, this is Y1, this is Y0, this is point E, this is point G, this is point F. I'll give the explanation. बोलो हाँ. चले आगे बेटा. हाँ, I'll give the explanation. Kindly write down, students. Yes. Please listen, students. I'll start now. Right, beta. In the above diagram, the aggregate demand curve. Now, beta, which curve I'm talking about to write over there? AD1. AD1, not from the beginning, now straight away the explanation. The aggregate demand curve AD1 intersects aggregate supply curve at, come on, point E. To write in a bracket against that equilibrium point corresponding to YO level of income. Corresponding to YO, Y0, that means levels of income. Full stop. At this level of income, S is equal to I. That is ZY0. S is equal to I, that is equal to ZY0. Those who have not followed it, but here I've written ZY0, you can make out. If you want some other explanation for that, pay attention, listen students. Here I write I, pay attention. This is your investment curve. This is your savings. So savings is ZYO, and investment is I0 and they both are equal. Agreed na? Okay, bolo re. Come on, boys and girls, right now. S is equal to what? Come on, tell me. I is equal to ZY0 or IO is equal to ZYO. Like that. Clear, Vansh Doshi, right, beta? Right below, after that, students. The investment curve is horizontal, parallel to the x-axis, because the investment is considered to be, come on, investment is considered to be autonomous, which means the amount of investment remains the same irrespective of the rate of return. Right in the next slide. Next line now. At point G, tell me what happens at point G. Aggregate demand is greater than aggregate supply. That is, I is greater than S. I is greater than S. Those who are having a doubt, please look here. Boys and girls, I is greater than S. How? Look here. At Y level of income, students, see this. Your investment is this much, your savings is only this much. Sumeshwara, Prasanna, look here, beta. At Y1 level of income, if I say this is investment, but the investment is so much, savings is zero over here, right now. So at G, at point G, aggregate demand is greater than aggregate supply. That is, come on, tell me, I is greater than S. Therefore, the aggregate expenditure exceeds aggregate output. And the business community will increase output, leading to a rise in national income. Leading to a rise in national income. Clear? From here, bacha, national income will increase na, idhar jayega na beta. Then write in the next line, at point F, aggregate supply is greater than aggregate demand. That is, S is greater than I. Which means aggregate expenditure is less. Understand, beta? Na? Aggregate expenditure is less than aggregate output, leading to decrease in national income. Aggregate expenditure is less than aggregate output. Aggregate expenditure is less than aggregate output, leading to decrease in national income. Full stop. Last line. Thus, equilibrium takes place at a point E which is less than the full employment level. Please remember that, beta. Always I've been saying that full employment is never achieved less than full employment level. That was two sector model. Now we'll do one thing, beta. Come to this book. There are some numericals, we should do that. Look here. Page number, student, 1.60. Look here. What will be the value of average propensity to save when C is equal to 200, Y is 1000? And then it says S is 450, Y is 1200. All of you kindly pay attention, beta. This is very easy. Now this particular pen I cannot write on this book, students. So just for your information, make 3 columns. Y, C and S. Make 3 columns, Y, C and S. Now Y may write first 1000 rupees. Once लिखो बेटा, solve करो सब लोग, हाँ ऐसे बैठेगा नहीं. Y is 1000, C is 200, तो S is 800, right? बोलो हाँ. And then बेटा second में write Y is 1200, S is 450, so C is 750. This is right. Bolo, sab bolo, come on, tell me. And then solve the sum. What is the formula? They want you to solve APS. Now the APS is S upon Y. So first case it is what? 800 upon 1000. Answer is 0.8. Answer is 0.8. अरे काव्या बोलती कि नहीं? हाँ ना बेटा कैसे 0.8? Saving is 800, income is what? 1000. So 800 1000, 0.8. And second में saving is 450 upon 1200. So that becomes something, it's given 3.75, na? 0.375. Once किया आपने बेटा, हाँ ये सिर्फ formula लिखो please, हाँ. Imagine if this is a 2-mark question, student, then there is a Diwali that starts, na? So easy to score marks. Chalo, till here it was very easy. Now we'll come to some difficult ones. 2-sector model of income determination. Just now what we did. See, uncle, what it says in this section we shall describe, we've already described. See, discussion on leakages injection model is alternate on a saving investment model. Be very clear. Leakage, so listen, this is what you should know. I've told this. Leakages is what? I earn 1 lakh rupees. Out of that, I spent 50,000 rupees. So 50,000 I have not spent. So better that money I have not spent is a leakage. Then if I invest that particular 50,000 in the country, then it becomes an injection. So see, it says now C plus I should be equal to C plus S, or I should be equal to S. Katak. Bolo हाँ ना रे, bolo beta, right ना. Equilibrium will take place, students. Come on, at what point? Come on, where aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. See the same diagram, bacha, that I just now did with you. It's given here also. You could make out in the second panel at point D, they've written S is equal to I. This they say I0 and this they say EY0. Cut tack. Done. Any doubts over here? No doubts. Let's go ahead, students. I am more interested in numerical students that we should do. Now remember, equilibrium takes place when y is equal to c plus I. Please remember, formula for equilibrium is what? Y is equal to C plus I. What is Y? Tell me. National income. National income is C plus I. I is what? Come on, investment. C is consumption. Now we all know consumption is A plus BY. What is A plus BY? Tell me. Autonomous plus induced consumption. I told you, Sri Prasanna, what is BY, beta? BY is, come on, MPC. MPC, marginal propensity to consume. चलो ये अपने को आएगा बेटा, don't worry. We'll come to this illustration first. Yes, here it is. Come on, come to page 1.68. And I'll do it with you, student, but you have to solve in your notebooks, all of you, please. Look here, I'll do one or two with you, students. Rest you start doing it. See what it tells you: calculate marginal propensity to consume and marginal propensity to save from the following data about an economy which is in equilibrium. So when you say an economy is in equilibrium, it means what, student? Aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. Be very clear. So aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. Mein matlab what it means, students? Y is equal to C plus I. Y is, students, come on, tell me, aggregate supply. C plus I is aggregate demand. Please be very clear. हाँ नहीं करने का, समझो बेटा ध्यान से. Why? What is Y? Aggregate supply, and C plus I is aggregate demand. Now what information they have given to you? National income is 2,500. Autonomous consumption is 300. Investment is 1,000. Please listen. I repeat once again. Equilibrium is when aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. Now Y is national income, aggregate supply, and C plus I, I said, is aggregate demand. So beta, I first write Y is equal to C plus I. Then bacha, it tells what? National income is 2,500, autonomous consumption is 300, and investment is 100. Pay attention, boys and girls. So if I have to write, students, Y is equal to C plus I, I'll write like this: 2,500 is equal to C plus 100. Look in the book. Now beta, what I have written over here, just see. C is equal to, क्या चलते रहे इधर, चलो हाँ सुनो. अच्छा, C is equal to what? Come on, tell me. 2,500 minus 1,000, that is 100, that is 2,400. Till here it is clear, Kavya? Bolo हाँ. In other words, bacha, I brought it in this one side as such, so C is 2,400. Now C is equal to A plus BY. All of you, come on, tell me. C is equal to A plus BY. Now bacha, if I know C is 2,400, A is what? Autonomous consumption they have given about, student, 300, plus BY. BY, student, is what? Come on, tell me. Y is 2,500 and B is what? Induced consumption. So 2,400 minus 300 is equal to 2,500 B. So bacha, from 24 minus 3 is 2,100 upon 2,500. I get the answer 0.84. If B is 0.84, mind you, B is, I said, MPC. So bacha, if MPC is 0.84, what is MPS? MPC plus MPS is equal to 1. So 1 minus 0.84 gives me an answer of 0.16. Solve this, students, all of you. Please solve this. Don't just sit idle. Start. All of you. क्या क्या लिखता है ये बच्चा? No, but why you want me to write, student? You have to solve this sum, na? Why you want me to write? Come to illustration number 3. Second is done, Kavya. Someshwaran done. Third. And this is easy, beta. This is time pass. Don't worry. So, intercaste student, don't worry for these small things. Come on. Third sum will be again very easy. Don't worry. Practice it, bacha. Everything will be perfect. And economy is in equilibrium. So, y is equal to c plus I. Equilibrium, that means y is equal to c plus I. Calculate national income from the following. It says autonomous consumption is 100. Look here. MPS is 0.2 and investment is equal to 200. Now please some basic information. If they say MPS is 0.2, then what is MPC? MPC plus MPS will be 1. All of you, MPC plus MPS will be 1. So if they say MPS is 0.2, that means MPC will be 0.8. Arey, come on, right now. Now, bacha, I've written like this. Now, y is equal to c plus I. Simple. Now, imagine y is equal to c plus I. When I say, now imagine y is equal to autonomous consumption 100. I've written 100. MPS is 0.2. So, MPC will be what? 0.8y. Till here it is clear. Plus 200. Why 200? 200 is the investment expenditure. Now pay attention, when I say y is equal to 100, I hope 100 you have got, 100 is autonomous consumption. 0.8y, why I am writing 0.8y students? Because 0.8y will be the marginal propensity to consume and 200 is your investment. So then I'll write y is equal to 300 plus 0.8y. Someshwara, right now, bacha, very easy. Y, bring that 0.8y on the other side, students. So y minus 0.8y is equal to 300. So once 0.2y is equal to 300. So y becomes equal to what? 300 upon 0.2. The answer is 1500. Start solving. Chalo fast. You will have to solve this, students, all of you. Beta, MPC I said, na, I given the explanation. MPC is what? Come on. B, A plus BY we say, na? So B is MPC. Come on, done. Question number 4. Suppose the consumption function is given as C is equal to 20 plus 0.6y. Pay attention. 20 plus 0.6y. Investment is given as 10 plus 0.2y. what will be the equilibrium level of national income? Very easy, don't worry. Y is equal to C plus I, to write Y is equal to C plus I. Then C is given 20 plus 0.6y and I is given 10 plus 0.2y. So beta y is equal to 20 and 10, 30 plus 0.8y. That means when I bring 0.8y to the other side, it becomes y minus 0.8y is equal to 30. So y is equal to 150 upon 0.2. That is equal to 150. Tan -tan, answer is time pass. Very easy. Please, students, start solving. Shri Prasanna, any doubts, beta? Please, start. Done. अरे very good. अरे ईश्वर है. अपना रजनीकांत के जैसा हो गया. चलो. Everyone will solve this, beta. Please, you don't just. Solve in a notebook, beta. Don't mark it in the book. Some basic things, though, I need not tell you. Inter students are big enough. Come on, come to illustration number 5. Look here. Suppose the consumption function is given as C is equal to 7 plus 0.5y. Investment is rupees 100. Find out the equilibrium level of income, consumption, and savings. Now, bacha, here 3 things you have to find. Pay attention. Again, start with y is equal to C plus I. Okay. And then, bacha, it's given now. Consumption is 7 plus 0.5y and I is 100. So I'm just substituting over there, students. Y is equal to 7 plus 0.5y plus 100. That means, come on, y minus 0.5y is equal to 107. So 107 upon 0.5, it gives me 214. Get that 214 first. Now imagine if here we come to know, students, tell me what consumption is, income is 214. So if income is 214, look here. And beta, they have already told you that investment is 100. So consumption has to be the balancing figure 114. Am I right? Consumption will be the balancing figure 114. Any doubts over here? No doubts. Let's go ahead. Do this question, students. 6th question on your own. Let's see. This is very easy, huh? Please. If you want, you can do directly, students. Kavya, do the next one, seventh one. Seven. Why sitting idle? Do the seventh one. Saving function is given. It's very easy. Don't worry. Start. Those who have done the seven, do the eighth one. Someshwar has finished the eighth one also. Shri Prasanna done eighth one, seventh eight. Fast. Beta, don't wait. Khattak. La, 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 la. Eighth also done. Kavya, it's difficult. Is it difficult? नहीं ना, comfortable ना. वन जल्दी कर, लड़की लोग का हो गया. क्या करता है तू? अफरा डन. सेवेंथ एट. तन्वी मम्मी से बातें कर रही है. चलो ठीक है. तन्वी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट सांबर एंड चटनी. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead, students. Someshwar done. Fast. Done now, beta. Chalo. So there were 8 questions till here, students. I think we've done all, right? Now the next thing that we have is very important, interesting, investment multiplier. 8 questions were there, you could make out now. We finished all 8. The next is we have investment multiplier. I'll start investment multiplier. Please pay attention. Beta, what? Question mark for what? What, some doubt? Someshwara, any doubts? Naina, Sri Prasanna? I'll give you a break, don't worry. But no problem, beta. Someone has an issue, it's fine. No problem, you can leave. Now, bacha, what I'm going to teach you is very, very important. Yeah, kindly look at the recording afterwards, beta, please. See what I'm going to teach you today. Very interesting, very important. Not only very interesting and important, very informative, beta. At this level, na, I'm not one who will be setting the paper. But as my students, some concepts I want my students should know properly. And one of the concepts that you should know properly is, students, investment multiplier. Very important. There are sums also in this. Concept is also there. So I'll start. Kindly pay attention. See, how do we introduce this concept now? See, it goes like this. Kindly pay attention. Now, till yet we have studied, students, when income of a person increases, his consumption also increases. Shalini, right? When income increases, consumption increases. Second, when income continues to increase beyond a particular point, consumption does not increases. Right now, right, Sri Prasanna? Why? Because most of your wants are satisfied. Then what you do, you start saving. Beta, when people in the country start saving money now, that means demand for goods becomes less. Right? Beta, when demand for goods become less, so imagine one has a shop and one wants to sell the goods. So what one will do? One should have no other option but to reduce the price. Right, beta? Today morning I was just, after one lecture got over, I was free for half an hour. I just saw today's morning na Swiggy's may so many restaurants are giving 50% discount. So one of the restaurant I saw, one of the place, students, Subway sandwiches. They never give discount. They also have started giving discount. They have started giving discount means what, students? They are not able to sell the sandwiches now. It's as simple as that. So beta, when most of the wants of the people are satisfied, the consumption does not rises. Consumption does not rises means demand falls. Demand falls. So if one is a businessman, one should say, sir, please buy na at a lesser price. It means, student, if one starts selling at a lesser price, he'll suffer loss. If one suffers loss, student, then he will not give orders to Sri Prasanna. Sri Prasanna will not manufacture goods. So, bacha, if the manufacturers stop production, if the sellers find it difficult to sell goods, then my country will start facing a problem of recession. Mind you, recession is dangerous. When a particular country comes in recession, bacha, it means very bad days in future. No country in the world wants there to be recession as such. When these kind of signs are there in the country, please understand, government enters the picture and government makes investment in the economy. Just now I had said, students, in US, the government is thinking of printing 30% of the national income. So if they print that money, that Biden will not keep in his pocket that money. He'll give it to the people. Na? He'll make investment in the country. So beta, when there is a fear of recession in the country, na, that time government intervenes. Government makes investments. When government makes investments, what happens? Income of the people will rise. How it will rise? Very simple. But a government starts infrastructure projects, construction of roads, bridges, dams, hospitals, schools, colleges, all these things government will do now. So cement will be demanded, steel will be demanded, people will be given jobs as such. Because of all these things, income of the people will increase. It is said, if government makes investment of 10 crore rupees, income of the people goes up by approximately, say, 50 crore rupees. Then you would say that multiplier is 5. So think properly, beta, very easy. Don't worry, I'm here only. I said country is in the grip of recession. Recession is bad. Who will help the country come out of recession? I and you will not. Government. Government will make investment. So government makes investment, and because of that, income of the people increases by a bigger proportion. So I said, bacha, government makes an investment of 10 crore, income of the people goes up by 50 crores. So I would say multiplier is 5. Why we say investment multiplier? Because it started with investment of the government. Now listen, multiplier we represent by writing the letter K. So the formula of K will be delta Y upon delta I. Pay attention. What is delta Y? Tell me. Delta Y is change in income and delta I is change in investment. So government makes an investment of 10 crore, income of the people goes up by 50 crore. So multiplier becomes 5. Shalini, right now multiplier becomes 5. If government makes investment of 10 crore, income of the people rises by 20 crore, then multiplier is 2. If government makes investment of 10 crore, income of the people rises by 100 crores, then multiplier is 10. So now the next question comes, sir, why like this? Why at times multiplier is 2, 5, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Now, that value of multiplier depends upon the value of MPC. So now the next thing you have to study is the relation between value of multiplier and MPC. How? Now there will be some more formulas, please understand. And my intention not to confuse you, but that is the way derivation is done. Kindly pay attention. See, I'm writing over here K is equal to delta Y upon delta I. This is the basic formula, beta. Now, Sri Prasanna, look here. Can I say delta I is equal to delta Y minus delta C? Investment is your income minus consumption, beta. You earn 100 rupees, you spend 30 rupees, so 70 is your investment right now. Come on, so delta I is what? Delta Y minus delta C. So Shalini, see what I'm writing over here? K is equal to delta Y upon delta Y minus delta C. So instead of delta I have written delta Y minus delta C. Now you divide the numerator and denominator by delta Y. So what I get, pay attention, K is equal to delta Y upon delta, the whole divided by delta Y upon delta Y minus delta C upon delta Y. So K is equal to 1 upon 1 minus MPC. What is delta C upon delta Y? Delta C upon delta Y is MPC. The first thing you should remember, K is equal to 1 upon 1 minus MPC, or beta I can say K is equal to 1 upon MPS. How come MPS? Because MPC plus MPS gives me 1. So 1 minus MPC will be equal to MPS. Any doubts over here? Superb. Shri Prasanna, done, beta. And don't worry, beta. I'm here only. Please understand. I said multiplier represents country is in the grip of recession. Second, when recession takes place, situation will become bad. So, beta, the Prime Minister of the country comes out with the bailout package. You know, our country, bacha, some time back when the recession, this problem was there, Corona at its peak. So one day Nirmala Sitharaman comes and gives a package to small scale industries, these industries. Okay, I'll give you food grains, I'll give you loan, I'll give you do this, that. So that's a bailout package. That is investment that they make. That investment increases the income of the people. So income of the people will increase depending upon the proportion with which multiplier functions. and multiplier will depend upon the value of MPC. So the formula is what, students? K is equal to 1 upon 1 minus MPC, or K is equal to 1 upon MPS. Till here it is clear? Sure? Any doubts? Pakka na beta? Now, please understand, now I'll make it a bit confusing. Why? I'm not making confusing, but I want concept should be clear so that in the exam those numericals you can solve. Beta, when I say na MPC plus MPS is equal to 1. Think, huh? When I say MPC plus MPS is equal to 1, now you tell me, what is the maximum value beta MPC can have? All of you tell me. Superb. Maximum value can be 1. And what is the minimum value MPC can have, Shalini? 0. When I say MPC is 1, it means what? Whatever income you earned, all money you have spent on consumption. Think properly, beta. Suno, huh? See, that thinking should be clear. I said the value of K. Remember I said sometimes it is 2, sometimes it is 5, sometimes it is 10. That K depends upon what? It depends upon MPC. Now, MPC value can be maximum 1. That means full money you're spending on consumption. Or MPC value will be 0. That means full money you're saving. So suppose I write over here MPC is equal to 0. First possibility, that is full money you're saving. Second, I'm saying MPC is equal to 1. That is full amount of money. Chalo bolo, tell me fast. You're spending. Arey, come on, right now. I give another option. So, okay, suppose I say MPC is 0.5. That means 50% I'm spending. Next, I take one more option. MPC is 0.2. Next, I take one more option. MPC is 0.9. So there are 5 options we'll study. I'll give you a 3 minutes ka break, students. 3 minutes I'll start. Chalega? I'll just have a sip of tea and come.
मोहम्मद आपसे काम है क्या पता
तो एक बार नहीं पूछा है भाई खाली एक और पूछा था वो ग्रेजुएट की कंपनी क्या नाम ही सुना यार अरे रिस्पेक्ट सिनोनिम डिजायर डिजायर
सिनोनिम का मतलब क्या होता है?
सेम वर्ड क्या पूछा था कॉम्बिनेटिव CONGITIV
Cognitive.
Maori
Maori?
Maori MAUCIS description but अभी ना ये डिक्शनरी देखा मौरी का क्या है मतलब इन ब्रेक टू ब्रेक रिस्पेक्ट का मौरी का आगे मैंने सी वाला यूज किया कॉम्बिनेटिव
मेरा नाती है 8 साल मेरा का मेरा उसको पिता है तो पार्टी वाला में मेरा मम्मी यार उसके बाद ऑफिस पिता है उसको ट्रेन है 3 दिन आसी डायरेक्ट पे यार बोला तो एमआरआई करने वाला ये साढ़े 9 बजे नवा लगा क्या है साढ़े 9 बजे कल उसका रिपोर्ट में तो सर के अंदर कोई बात है आज उसको टाटा में पूरा पूछिए हाँ तो वो टेस्ट कर रहा है वो टेस्ट कर रहा है तो उसको परसों हुआ है अभी हो रही थी तो उसको 7,000 मेरे को 8,000 जगह में कर दिया आप मेरे को 5,000 कर दे दो मैं आपको थोड़ा वो टेस्ट करने में मालूम पड़ेगा क्या नहीं कर
वायसी करेगा उसका।
कौन सा घाट है?
हाँ मैं
इसको शब्द अलग
डाली ऑर्डर डाली।
जो पहले
बस बताओ
चाय पियेंगे चाय?
चाय में मेरा एकदम कैंसिल हो गया।
हाँ होता है वो तो। एक मिनट में
मैं बहुत देख रहा
आपको बहुत सारा है ना, नहीं लेगा तो
आप
मेरे इसको यार हम लोग के कुछ प्ले करना है
ये शेयर होगा तो
नहीं
नहीं आप आगे से भी आप आ सकते हो नहीं आपने मुझसे मांगा कि आपने तो पता कि आपको नहीं मैंने आपको फिनिश पहले
ये बहुत है
क्योंकि काम तो ज्यादा लगा दो
हाँ
ये भी है आपके बच्चे ले ले
कम है
बाबा ये बाबा भी करते हैं इसी तरह
ये तो अपना करूँगा
कौन जाएगा अभी लॉकडाउन
और वही लैपटॉप के वर्ड कैसे लगते हैं वही थोड़ा ब्रेन
अभी रोल आ गया तो डायरेक्ट ला दो ये बात कितने बजे आंटी खाएंगी क्योंकि मैंने कहा 12 बजे कितने बजे हैं
जो एग्जाम किया है ना अभी उसका रिजल्ट मुझे पता चलेगा कितनी अच्छी इंग्लिश है कितनी अच्छी नहीं है
बाबा जी सेंटर यार चलो यार खत्म हो गया
ये मेल भी खत्म हो गया
रात में आओ तो जीवा आपको 5 बजे तक मिले होते हैं हाँ एक बार पूछ लो कि आपके जब 3 बजे डॉक्टर मामा ना बेटा मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ
मेरा भी मेरा वो नीचे
अभी नहीं आपको तो लेक्चर तो कर रहा हूँ पर आपको भी कंफ्यूजन हो तो क्या कैसे बताएगा
अभी तो
कुछ तो काला रंगी करते रहे
अरे हाँ पहले तो वो क्या क्या वो वेटर खोल डाला तो वेटर खोल दिया
लगे को बुलाना
वो तो और भी मुझे
उसको ना कुछ नहीं आता भैया, कुछ नहीं आता।
Yes, student, let's start. Come on, boys and girls. शालिनी, समझ में आ रहा है? अंडरस्टैंडिंग? सोमेश्वरा क्या अभी फिर से इडली खाने चला गया? चलो बेटा, लिसन ना. Mike, I'm sorry, sorry. Okay, let's start, beta. Tell me fast. MPC maximum can be 1. Minimum it is 0. Acha, why we are studying this? Beta, please understand we are studying this because your value of MPC will determine the value of K. Value of MPC will determine the value of K. Chalo, I'll take one more case. Suppose in these 5 cases, I say government makes an investment of 10 crore rupees. Okay, government makes an investment of 10 crore. And Shalini, first case MPC is 0, next it's 0.2, next is 0.5, next is 0.9, next it is 1. Now kindly pay attention all of you, listen properly. How do I write the formula? K is equal to 1 upon 1 minus MPC. So K is equal to 1 upon 1 minus 0. Come on. K is equal to 1 upon 1, that is equal to 1. So when I say K is equal to 1, all of you listen, if government makes an investment of 10 crore. Chalo fast, all of you tell me, look here, please attention, very important point. One, सुनो, घर में बताओ सबको, जग्गी सर ऐसे बोलते हैं, if MPC is 0, K is 1, government makes an investment of 10 crore, then income of the people will also rise by 10 crore. How, Sri Prasanna? How, beta, 10 crore? Reason is simple, sir. Multiplier is only 1. Multiplier is only 1. If multiplier is 1, beta, so then it will be 10 crore ka 10 crore only. Again, MPC 0.2. So, chalo fast, I'll write like this now. 1 upon 1 minus MPC. So 1 upon 1 minus 0.2. So 1 upon 0.8. So K is equal to 1.125. So Meshwar, right now 1.125. So beta, it means if government makes an investment of 10 crore, income of the people will rise by 11.25 crore. Agreed? Second case done. Third case, come on, tell me. 1 upon 1 minus MPC. Tantadan. 1 upon 1 minus 0.5. Tantadan. 1 upon 0.5. That is nothing else but 2. So 10 crore becomes 20 crore. Those who are getting the knack of it, be very clear. I said yesterday, spend, spend, spend. मारवाड़ी लोग सुनो सब लोग, spend में क्या बोला बच्चा? 50% if you spend from your income, 10 crore becomes 20 crore. If you spend 20% only, 10 crore becomes 11.25 crore. If you don't spend, 10 crore will become 10 crore only. Again, if you spend 90%, student, then the formula is 1 upon 1 minus MPC. 1 upon 1 minus 0.9, so 1 upon 0.1 ton. So this becomes 100 crore. समझ में आया वंश? पैसा खर्च करो. 90% if you spend, so bacha, that becomes 10. So 10 crore will become 100 crore. Shalini Mata, right now. And then if I go ahead, bacha, this becomes 1 upon 1 minus MPC. 1 upon 1 minus 1. 1 upon 0 is not defined, so that is infinite. That means, bacha, this will be no limit only. Moral of the story is, students, please always remember how much money you earn, out of that, how much money you spend on consumption. will determine your value of what come on MPC and value of multiplier. More you spend, more will be the value of multiplier and more will be the increase in income. That is why I said yesterday I was shouting, my voice also got spoiled. I said Keynes theory is all about what come on spending. You could make out the more people spend, the more will be the increase in income. Shalini, so today Sarvana Bhavan, okay, lockdown is going on over there. Lockdown is going on anyway. Once the lockdown is open, start spending. And but I'm not saying just spend. On. Make yourself capable that money will come to you. For that, do your CA properly. And then you should not. Okay. You should not be in a position that you love money. But money kya karne ka? Love money? Nahin, nahin. Money is just a medium of exchange. I consider money is for me to help me buy the things that I want. I don't love money. I love money because money helps me to buy the things that I want. So buy the things, na? Why are you keeping money with you? Imagine if full money you're keeping with you, bacha, it's the same income. You spend, it increases. Agreed. This was Suran the explanation for investment multiplier. Correct. I can also show you the working beta, but let's wait slowly. First, you please write the note on this. I think I don't know whether they've given in the notes. Three. Even if it is given, you're right, but chalo, forget it. My notes, I understand, you will also understand. Now we understand each other's language, na? So please note down that. Just come and write. Investment multiplier. Hey, chalega na, likhega na beta. Okay, you don't want to write, I don't mind, students. Huh? I can go ahead with some particular other topic. Investment multiplier. Shri Prasanna, you want to write na beta? Note down. Right. According to Lord J.M. Keynes, Lord, uncle को इज्जत दो थोड़ा. According to Lord J.M. Keynes, when income increases, consumption also increases. But when income continues to increase, beyond a particular point, income continues to increase beyond a particular point, then one second, क्या लिखा किसने? 7-8 source of income who's having, man? अरे लक्ष्य किधर था इतने दिन से? दाम टूट गया कैसे? हाँ, झगड़ा वगड़ा करता है क्या किधर से? हाँ, गिर गया किसको देख रहा था? चलो, अच्छा sorry, but when income, अरे भूल गया. क्या what did you write, students? When income increases, consumption also increases. But when income increases beyond a particular point, consumption does not increases in the same proportion. consumption does not increases in the same proportion as most of the people start savings. Full stop. Due to this, a seller may reduce his prices, a seller may reduce prices and the manufacturer may cut down the production. Manufacturer may cut down the production. And this will result in deflationary conditions. This will result in deflationary conditions. Full stop. This deflation may lead to, come on, this deflation may lead to recession. Now, better be very clear, when I say deflation, I mean prices will fall. And when I say recession, I mean what? Economic activities will start falling. Right now? So this will lead to what? Come on. Recession and several economic problems. Full stop. In this situation, government authorities, in this situation, government authorities
46%.
makes investments. Government authorities makes investments. ब्रैकेट में लिखो autonomous investment. So beta, by this time you all know autonomous means what? Without an intention to make profit. Now government makes autonomous investments, and due to this autonomous investment, income of the people rises. Income of the people rises. Full stop. The proportion in which income of the people rises, the proportion in which income of the people rises is known as multiplier. For instance, if government makes investments of 10 crore rupees, government makes investment of 10 crore rupees, and due to this, income of people rises by 50 crores. Income of people rises by 50 crores. then multiplier is 5. Agreed, Blessy, right? Write the formula below that, beta. K is equal to delta y upon delta I. Right against delta y right against that change in income, and right against delta I change in investment. Here it is clear, Shalini, right beta, understanding now? Now please go ahead. Right below that, relationship between K and MPC. Relationship between K and MPC. K is what? Come on, tell me. Multiplier and MPC. Right, students? The value of multiplier depends upon the value of MPC. First, this can be understood with the following. Please better do one thing. Write this. Ek minute. This is the first point you'll write. K is delta y upon delta I. Right now, and then you write since delta I is delta y minus delta C. Then this is the second step, third, fourth, this is fifth. Please copy down that. This has to be written, but please with the first one. क्या वो गलतियां वो देखी क्या?
हाँ देखिए बड़े बड़े वर्ड से देखे क्या गलती हुई आईएस कितना है 32
Okay, till here it is clear. Done, beta. Write in the next line. No country in the world will spend its entire additional income to write over there MPC is equal to 1. Understand what you're writing? No country in the world will spend its entire income, additional income, MPC is equal to 1. And neither any country, come on, neither any country will save its entire additional income. That is MPC is equal to 0. MPC is equal to 0. Please understand. Full stop. Hence, the value of MPC, underline this, will always lie between, come on Blessy, tell me, the value of MPC will always lie between 0 and 1 right now, and therefore value of multiplier will always lie between, come on, 1 and infinity. Value of multiplier will always lie between 1 and infinity. As can be seen in the following illustrations. So we now make those 5 points. MPC is 0, MPC is 0.2, MPC is 0.5, MPC is 0.9, MPC is equal to 1. Finished? So Mr. Ray, doubt, ask me beta, huh? Please. Shri Prasanna, I said beta 0, 0.2, 0.5, 0.91. So I'm applying the formula 1 upon 1 minus MPC. So 1 upon 1 minus 0, that is 1 upon 1, 1. Then 1 minus MPC, 0.2, 0.2, this 0.8, so 1 upon 8 is 1.125. 2, 10, infinite. Inflation, deflation, I'll do. Very easy time pass. This is 1.25. So sorry. K is equal to 1.25. Inflation, deflation, I do better. Don't worry. I'll not go like that. And I'm here only. Okay, done. Copy किया बेटा. All of you have done this. तन्वी किधर गई तन्वी? Any doubts, beta? Girls over here, Matangi, first lecture I'm seeing you. You understood? You come regularly? Why? Very good. I also come regularly, beta. Susarita. Right now, beta. Penarasi, Priyadarshini, first smile. Why you are always so serious, beta? क्या करती है? Afra, लक्ष्य दांत का तोड़ के आया, साला भाग गया उधर से, हाँ? Fighting करता है, माँ का. Okay. Chalo, pay attention now, student. Listen. 2-3 things are there in this topic. I'll just explain that. Then one who's in a hurry, inflationary, deflationary, I'll give you a better example than what is given in the books also. Pay attention. Now, beta, there's one concept that we need to know. What is the reverse working of multiplier? Understand, huh? Interlevel mein, they can ask any question. So if they ask what is reverse working of multiplier, pay attention. Suppose I say government has made an investment of 10 crore. All of you pay attention. MPC 0.9. So government made an investment of 10 crore, MPC is 0.9. So bacha, when we come to know MPC is 0.9, now to I know no, K becomes 10. How come K becomes 10? Those who are still not followed, look here. When it was 0.9, it was 1 upon 1 minus 0.9, no, cut back. Right now, let's see, 10 crore government makes investment, MPC is 0.9, multiplier is 10. So beta 10 crore rupees become 100 crore. Think properly, clear, it is clear. Now government makes investment of 20 crore. So 100 crore will become 200 crores. Clear, it is clear. Sure, Someshwar. So by 10 crore investment is increased, income of the people goes up by 100 crores. Now think reverse working will become easy now. Suppose from 20 crore, government makes investment of 30 crore, then this becomes 300 crore. Till here it is clear. Now look at the reverse working. Chal re. Reverse working may imagine 30 crore was the investment, government reduces it to 25 crore. So when government reduces it by 25 crore bacha, the income becomes 250 crore. So what reverse working tells? When you have reduced your investment by 5 crore, your income falls by 50 crore. So how multiplier works in the forward direction, it also operates in the reverse direction. If I feel increase in income leads to increase in investment leads to increase in income, then beta decrease in investment also leads to decrease in income in that proportion. That first point, right, beta? There's another thing you may have to know, students. What are the leakages in the working of multiplier? Very easy. When I say leakages in the working of multiplier, what do I mean basically is this. Pay attention. See, beta, multiplier we just now studied may be high if MPC is high. Sorry, MPC is high. So when they say na leakages in the working of multiplier, so what they're actually wanting from you to know, what are the reasons that MPC is not high? Let's see, getting my point? Beta, what did I say? Value of K depends upon value of MPC. MPC is more, K is more. MPC is less, K is less. So if they ask leakages, why multiplier becomes less? Because MPC is less. MPC is less, why? Why marginal propensity to consume is less? Maybe first is people are saving money. Right? So if people start saving money, then MPC will be less. Second, imagine I'm earning money, but I have taken loan from someone. I'm repaying that old loan. So imagine I've taken loan from a Marwadi and now I'm giving loan back to him. So I would say that money has gone from me, but when that Marwadi gets that money, he has so much of money. He is not spending that money. So what is he doing? Can I say he is hoarding money? So you're hoarding money, then also MPC does not rises. Next option, one particular person says, sir, I'm spending, but bacha is buying goods from foreign countries. So you're buying imported stuff. So my country consumption is rising or their country's consumption is rising. The product I'm buying from their country now. So imports are rising. Money is going out of the country. Then beta Modi ji comes every now and then and take taxes from us. So bacha, if I earn, I would have spent, but I'll have to pay taxes. Think, which tax? Income tax, corporate tax, GST, stamp duty, registration charges, so many charges. Today, the beta, I buy and sell shares now. Today, my calculations I was doing, so much money I have to pay as brokerage. And then I realize on brokerage also, Modi is also taking money and your chief minister is also taking money. So like in Tamil Nadu, you have that Balaji mein idli. So Modi will also come to take money, CGST, and Stalin will also come to take SGST. You're getting my point? These politicians, bacha, they will talk ill about each other. But they're very happy because they get both these taxes as such. So if I have to pay these taxes, student, then money doesn't goes in the country. It goes in the hands of the government. And when it goes in the hands of the government, is it used for the benefit of the country, or is it is used, student, for buying white color clothes for Stalin or designer clothes for Narendra Modi? I don't know. If my country gets the benefit, it is good. Let's see, I'm right now. You wonder every now and then, students or politicians move in those big cars, imported cars, students. Bloody for us, we have to travel in the public transport. They tell us save petrol. And imagine one particular politician is going. There are 20 bodyguards that goes with him. That time, bloody, you don't have to save petrol. Nowadays, they have done so much of crime now with them. One ambulance is also going. Why Blessy ambulance goes? Because if someone will kill them, shoot them in between, so they have an ambulance who can operate them. This is what you see. Canada's Prime Minister, President, he doesn't believe in all the security. I saw a video today morning, students. He's walking on the road. He had come here to India with his children for a particular trip as such, because there are many Sardars over there. So he wanted to visit the Golden Temple. All that done. You never get the feeling that he is the president of that country. My country, a small chamcha also chief minister comes, students. He also has so much of attitude. No, oh, no, I'm DMK, I'm Anna DMK. Arre, मारेगा साला पकड़ के क्या अन्ना DMK? Nothing, no DMK. But they are our servants. Let's be very clear. We have elected them. They are supposed to serve us. They become our bosses. You know why? Because people are illiterate in our country. High time that we become literate and then show these people what Modi is not giving me vaccination free, beta. It is my taxes that is giving me vaccination. Where am I wrong? I wrote in a tweet, student, sometime back, they objected to it. They got very angry on me. I said, sir, in India, there are only 4 crore people who pay taxes. So, Sri Prasanna, if I write, first vaccinate 4 crore people. Why, if these 4 crore people, some of them die, then who will support 140 crore people? So I said, don't vaccinate the politicians. Politicians, if they go, no problem. Some other corrupted person will come. First, vaccinate the taxpayer of the country. They pay tax with which the country is working, running, students. Shalini, I'm right now. You're feeling bad, beta. Don't feel bad. I'm not wrong, bacha. I'm perfectly right. You know what? Why they did not like? Because I'm talking the truth. And truth is always bitter. And someone said, sir, you please mind your words. Facebook mein, he gave me a telephone call. Don't write like this as such. So I asked him, you are a politician or what? So first of all, they don't know English properly. They don't know proper language also. But then I said, you are some gunda talking to me or what? He got more angry on me. Then bacha, he realized, okay, what? By that time I was talking with him, I have put on the recording also. Then he realized I'm recording. He said something which he did not understood, which I don't. He put down the phone as such. Problem is, bacha, don't think these politicians have bloody become demigods. They feel they are running the country. You know, I always say, and now we are friends, beta. Now we can talk with each other. Now, I always tell in my class, whenever you see a bullock cart, na, Someshwar, you've seen a bullock cart you've seen, bacha. Below a bullock cart, na, bless you, there is always a dog that is moving. There is a dog who's tied to that bullock cart. Now, what I want to say, the bullock cart is moving, na, the dog always has a feeling. What? The bullock cart is moving because of the dog. Prasanna, you got it what I want to say. The politicians of my country are like the dog below students. They feel that the country is working, running because of them. Nonsense. The country is running, working because of the good people in this country, students. Please. It's working, it's running because of your parents, of your teachers, of your good behavior. These politicians, I'm sorry, they're corrupted people. How come they have so much money? What work they do? 6:30, do you get up for the lectures as such? Na? 6:30, I get up for the lecture, students. I take my lecture. Yesterday, my lecture got over at 8:30. Still, I was fresh today, 6:30, enjoying my lectures. Why? Because we work. You expect Rahul Gandhi to get up at 6:30 and say, this morning I got up in the night. Pagal, this is morning only. Anyway, point clear, students. So leakages by these points will be there. Just we'll have a look. I was told it's given in this particular material. We'll see this. Yeah, it comes here. Explain in detail investment multiplier or income multiplier. Chalo, theek hai beta. Achha, before that, students, please, one of you go through this table. Just see it makes sense to you. Yeah, beta, they have sent MPC 75%. Huh? MPC 75%. If you're not understanding, no problem. I know this, bacha. Come on, I'll explain, but no problem. Pay attention. Listen, all of you, listen properly. See what it says. Suppose government invested 100 crores. All of you, please now pay attention. In expansion of a factory, the government makes investment. Income of the employees goes up by 100 crores. MPC is taken at 75%. Now, very easy, beta. No worries. This question is what working of multiplier. How do we show that? Now look here properly. Stage 1, 2, 3, 4. Bas, ज़्यादा नहीं, time pass नहीं करना है. Delta I, that is change in investment. Delta Y is change in income. Delta C and delta S. Delta C is what? Change in consumption. Delta S is change in savings. Now very easy, beta. Please listen. See, government made an investment of 100 crores. So 100 I've written increase in investment. Think properly. Now when government makes an investment of 100 crores, students, see, 100 crore rupees comes in the country. 100. Here it is clear. When 100 crore comes in the country, out of that people spend 75%. So people spend 75%, it means what, students? Increase in consumption is 75. So out of 100, 75 is spent and 25 is saved. Shalini, right? Now, beta, 75 rupees which people spend will come back in the country only, na? Think. So that 75 come here. 75. Now, of that 75% is spent on consumption. Chalo, how much is 75% of 75? 56.25. So from 75, I deduct student 56.25. I'm left with 18.75. Come on, bache log, right now. This 56.25 is the increase in consumption. Come on, that is increase in income. Oh, no. 56.25 because 75% is 42.18. So from 56, I deduct 42, I'm left with 14.6. 42. Till here it is clear, all of you. Now pay attention. If I say K is equal to 1 upon 1 minus 0.75. So K is equal to 1 upon 0.25. K is equal to 4. 4 is right. Blessy, tell na beta. Right now 4. How much investment government made? 100. So if government made investment of 100, how much income of the people will rise? 400. So I've written over here 400. 400 में से 75% is what? Come on, tell me. 300. Tan tadan, and this is 100. Agreed? Bolo ha. I'll give you one particular small illustration. Please solve this. Show the working. Open your notebook, write one small case. Write one illustration. Very easy. This is just only to ensure that you have understood everything. Beta. Show the working of multiplier when government's investment is 10 lakhs and MPC is 0.5. Full stop. Find out the value of multiplier and show the increase in income. Find out the value of multiplier and show the increase in income. Come on, only 4 stages you have to show. Fast.
क्या बोल के यार वाह रोल रोल खाओ खाओ ये बच्चे लोगों को क्या है बच्चे लोग तुम जाओ घर पे यार बच्चे बेचारे पढ़ रहे इतना क्या नूडल रोल यार
तो खा ले सब
खा ले के इतना सारा भरा हुआ है 3 रोल है मॉम ने 4 और मंगाए
क्यों
इतना नहीं हो गए 2 नूडल 1 शेजवान आंटी को फोन हाय हाय
Okay, what is the increase in income? Students, tell me. Here you will write what? 10 lakhs right now. 10 lakhs. This is 10 lakhs. This is 50-50. This is 50. This is 25-25. Time pass na abhi ho gaya na. This the final answer has to be 20 lakhs. Sri Prasanna right now. Final answer has to be 20 lakhs. Out of this 10 lakh, this is 10 lakh. अरे इससे easy नहीं हो सकता कुछ भी. Shalini Mata right now. Sure, Blessy. Got it? Answer is 20 lakh here. Why are you taking time? Chalo, let's go ahead. Look at the diagram. Pay attention. If you are understanding the diagram, students, see multiply diagram. I'll not draw it again, students. From here you can understand. Please listen. Diagram, if they ask in the exam, how do we go about it? Pay attention, all of you. Here I write income, employment, output. Here I show aggregate demand, aggregate supply. Kindly pay attention. First I draw this line, income line. Pay attention now. Please listen. Diagram has to be understood, beta. Nahi aayega aisa. Then you draw this particular line, C plus I. C plus I, Sri Prasanna, right now first, beta C plus I. Now the thinking is in the country, see I'm drawing this line over here. People are OY2 and job is only given to OY. So there is unemployment now. So to solve this problem of unemployment, what happens? Government comes and makes investments. So I draw this particular line, C plus I plus delta I. Wait, understand? Now, Bacha, when government makes investment, imagine this is the investment government made. So suppose I say this is C, this is I. So investment is made in this proportion, CI. But when government makes investment of CI, income rises by YY1. Come on, right now, what you could make out, bacha, you could easily make out this gap is smaller and this gap is bigger. So here you find Someshwar is there, here Jaggi is there. You getting my point? What I'm saying? This gap is smaller, this gap is bigger. So bacha, can I say Y1 is greater than, come on, what do I write? CI. So increase in income is more than increase in what? Come on, investment, that is multiplier. Cut that. So it gives you what? Multiplier effect. Any doubts over here? No doubts, huh? See, it's written over here, bacha. Y1, AE likha nahi tha, bacha. Either I've written IC, you can write as it is AE. Now, where to write AE is this part. So imagine this is students, they say increase in income, this is increase in investment. Investment is this much, income is this much. You can make out the proportion with which it rises. Diagram, beta, you can practice it at home, please. Huh? You should. What the teacher will be interested in knowing only one thing. This vertical gap and the horizontal gap is not the same. Horizontal gap has to be more compared to the vertical gap. Can I move ahead? Sure. Chalo bolo haan. Yes. Now see leakages in the working of multiplier. I just not told you, no, beta. Leakages means you have to remember. Here we have given only the points. But in case a question is asked in the exams, now you can't write just the points, students. You have to write now multiplier is 1 upon 1 minus MPC. Then you have to write, students, higher the value of MPC, higher the value of multiplier. Right, Sri Prasanna? Higher the level of MPC, higher the value of multiplier. So beta, lower the level of MPC, lower the value of multiplier. Now, what are those reasons for which MPC becomes less? So MPC falls for what reason? See the first point, it says paying off debts. Paying off debts, students, I remember in Pondicherry I had gone now once. So one of my student was a Marwadi. So we went to his house for lunch and then he took us to his shop. So there is one lane, all goldsmith, all Marwadis as such. That full area was like that. And then I saw over there written as pawnbroker. Pawnbroker, I was wondering, what is this pawnbroker? So I asked his father. He said, sir, here people indulge in lot of drinking, Pondicherry. I said, okay then. So sir, because of their drinking habits, sir, they take lot of money. And whatever money they earn, they drink more than that. So some particular things they have with them, the gold, ornaments, that they give and against that they take loan. So imagine if there are people, students who are spending, but what they are spending, they're actually taking loan from someone. So beta, you take loan by giving some particular ornaments, then you take away that ornament and give that particular money to that particular money lender, he doesn't spend. He keeps it with himself, but you spend, but that spending will not be considered. So that is one reason. Then I said holding of idle cash balance. See what happened, what that money lender will be doing. Sri Prasanna, what will be doing, beta? I said na sometime back, he will be hoarding money. Hoarding money, Shalini, is what? Come on, tell beta. What is hoarding money? Hoarding money is keeping the money just like that, keeping the money idle. I'll tell you one thing also, Vaja, pay attention. In share market, when we talk like this now, there are some particular students now who they are working in the market. They have this business. They once one particular child asked me, okay, sir, you say we keep money idle, but sir, we don't keep money idle. We are in the business of lending money. So imagine if I have a shop where I'm selling books. So I keep books in my shop now. Someone comes to buy books, I'll give the books. So that money lender says, sir, what am I doing? I'm keeping money in my shop because I'm a money lender. So I'll be using it. But he's right now. But beta, he'll be using it when someone comes to borrow. Till the time someone comes to borrow, I say, Marwadi, your money is lying idle. You got the point what I'm saying? So if someone tries to justify, you have a reason that you can talk like this. Not till the time you are not using the money is idle. Na? Use it. Simple. Acha, why in America? Okay, take this case. In America, bacha, banks say they want to give loan. Na? Immediately loans are given. Imagine tomorrow if you go to a bank and tell I want a loan, bloody bank will tell you to submit hundreds of documents. I know my students, they would ask me, sir, bank never asks documents to Harshad Mehta. Bank never asks documents to Mehul Choksi. Blessy goes to the bank and says, I want a loan of 1 crore rupees. She's asked to submit 100 documents. And Blessy, when Harshad Mehta went to the bank, took a loan of 280 crore rupees. What he did, he never went to the bank also. He was sitting in his car. The bank manager comes in the car, sits in the car. Hello, sir. He signs and then gives him a loan. Imagine 280 crore. This is because of the corruption. I said the parasites of our country are the political leaders. You're getting my point. This bloody idiots want to wear branded clothes. They want to wear. Chalo, zyada gussa aa jayega. Main nahi bolta. Chalo, you understood my point. What I'm saying now? Fast. Come on. Next point is what imports. Blessy says, sir, I'll buy an iPhone. Le. So iPhone, bacha, if you buy, where the money is going? It is going to the Apple company, na? You want to buy imported things as such. So gone. So in case students you want to spend money, I feel we have to spend money. Come on, tell me on a. Come on, Shalini, tell me on what goods? Domestic goods. Don't get me wrong, beta, when I'm saying this, be very clear. You'll be shocked when I say this. A company like Colgate, a company like Hindustan Unilever. Forget this. So one particular product you can associate with is Nestle. Maggi noodles. Right now, you know, Nestle company itself admits 30 to 40% of the products that they sell in the market is unhygienic. And then I feel very proud if I have a Maggi noodle. What nonsense. The company itself says it is unhygienic. Then question is, why do you sell, brother? People buy. What it makes you feel you're clever that you're not liking your idli chutney and you feel you are happy in eating noodles? Arey beta, this is wrong. Let's be very clear. My dosa is more tasty than the noodle. If we, Bombay mein bacha, there are many people, they have this particular habit. Indian food, no. I want French pasta. Arey tera baap vada pav khata hai. This is wrong, na? So, bacha, French pasta, Italian dish, Chinese dish. Then imagine you want to buy Apple ka phone. Imagine our lifestyle. You get up in the morning, you want to brush your teeth, Colgate. You want to have a cup of tea, Brook Bond tea, Nescafe. You want to take some particular Renault ka pen. Your daddy drives a particular Maruti Suzuki car. Imagine you use a Samsung ka phone. What is Indian in this? You become a consumer of all foreign products. That is leakage of multiplier. So if I tell someone shouldn't make use of Dantakanti, Baba Ramdev, bacha money come remains in India, na? Acha, good or bad, I am not concerned about that. Baba Ramdev bacha is a big businessman today. Remember, 12 years students he used to come in a particular television channel, only propagating yoga. इधर से लो इधर छोड़ो इधर से लो इधर छोड़ो और फिर ऊपर से लो नीचे से छोड़ो. In the sense, he used to just tell how to breathe, how to inhale, how to exhale. That's it. Today, bacha, everyone is doing inhaling, exhaling, and he started doing business. You know his worth today? His worth, 35,000 crore. Bless you, 35,000 crore. Baba, imagine what clothes he wears. In fact, he doesn't wear only, except for that one cloth that he's wearing. 35,000 crore. Now Someshwar is ready to come with organic jeans. So Chennai may open a store, organic jeans students, and now one will wonder what is organic jeans. Organic jeans will be those jeans without any chemical properties. That product will also come. He says next 3 years, sir, my company will be bigger than Hindustan Unilever and Colgate. And don't get me wrong, there are lakhs and crores of people, they buy his product. In one way, it's good because money is coming in India only. Your Colgate, your Nestle, your Brook Bond, your all this particular thing, students, McDonald's, Subway, sandwich, this all money is going abroad. Think about it. Taxation. Oh my God, Modi ji, Mitro. Tax. What tax? Income tax, wealth tax, GST. I told you, there was a time 97.75% tax. 360% custom duty. Nonsense, that is. Increase in price level. This is another problem, bacha. Today, when you go to the market to buy things, you find most of the things are becoming expensive. Because there was lockdown for all this time. Now production has become less. The demand has started coming. So when the demand starts increasing, student supply does not increase, price rises. So imagine my money which was there, why I'm not using for consumption? Because what I'm consuming, I'm buying at a very high price. So most of the things I'm not able to consume because prices have become more. So increase in price level. Higher the price, lower the demand. Clear? Let's say, Shalini Mata, then purchase the old shares and securities. Yes. When I buy and sell shares from the market, students, what am I doing? I'm just students transferring ownership from me to someone else. Imagine, student, yesterday I sold some particular shares. Yesterday I sold some shares and I got some money. What I'll be doing with the money? Now I'm waiting for the market to fall so that time I'll buy the shares as such. So when this kind of transactions are going on, but your money is not coming in the country. Fresh money. Here, what is happening? Shares which I was having, Someshwar purchased it. So from him, the money comes to me. He's got the shares. Where the country additional goods are produced, nothing is produced now. So much consumption does not increase. It's just what movement of money from one place to another. Someshwar sells his shares to Sri Prasanna. Sri Prasanna waits for price to rise and then he sells it to Blessy. Blessy sells. So only revolving is going on. I'm not saying revolving is not good, it is very good, but bacha, country mein MPC is not rising. And that is what we are studying now. Leakages in the working of multiplier. Katak, any doubts over here? Tell me, boys and girls, point is clear. So what was multiplier? I hope it's clear. 8 sums we did today now. That was clear, all of you. Comfortable? Bachalo, satisfied till yet or no? Tell me yes or no. Write in the chat box. Come on, tell me. Happy now? This is the way I'll be doing, students. Some particular notes I'll make you write. If you're not liking it, I don't care. You will have to still write the notes as such. Okay, please. That's it. That's it for the day. God bless you. Thank you very much. Next week we'll meet. Bye. Thank you. Someshwar, bye.
कुछ दिख रहे हैं क्या?
Huh?